Thank you to everyone that's tuning into another CSE newly listed clip. I'm Anil Mall representing the CSE, and today I am talking with Claire Stawnyczy. She is the president, CEO of Lophos Holdings, recently listed. Claire, thank you so much for taking the time. I hope I got your last name correct.
Oh, you did great. Thank you for having me. I'm so happy to be here.
Wonderful. Well, you guys have recently listed on the exchange here, but I'm curious. I took a look at the website, but I'm sure our viewers are wondering the same thing. So Lophos Holdings, can you talk to us a little bit about this company and what its focus is?
Yeah, I'd love to. So Lophos is really a mescaline-focused research company, but we're also engaged in the cultivation and research of Lophos williamsi, or more commonly known as peyote cactus. So Lophos was founded in 2021, but it really began in 2020 during the height of the lockdowns, when my husband and we began discussing psychedelics as a mental health treatment. And we also began witnessing the incredible movement that was happening in the psychedelics industry overall, and in the SAP exemptions that were being issued at that time. We also saw that there was the research surrounding peyote and mescaline in particular was lacking, and that we may be in a unique position to kind of help further the research in this area. My husband, he has an indigenous roots in Canada, and then myself, I have my background includes pharmaceutical manufacturing as well as industrial biotechnology. And so we really saw that we were in a unique position to kind of help further the research in this area. And so that's really where Lophos began.
So you speak a little bit about the regulatory landscape. As far as I know, peyote cactus, it's legally available to cultivate, ingest, and buy in Canada, correct?
That's correct. We initially focused on peyote because it was legal to grow, sell, and consume in Canada. But, peyote is a traditional medicine. It has been used consistently by indigenous communities in North and South America for over 5,000 years. It is the oldest known psychedelic medicine, and it is generally regarded as safe for use. And so, also, in addition to that, peyote is considered endangered in its indigenous land, and it is at high risk of extinction. And so furthering the research around indoor peyote cultivation, we really see that as an opportunity to hopefully play a significant role in protecting peyote from illegal harvesting and as well from possible extinction. So that's really what, drove us to this area, and, where our initial focus and passion came from.
That's great insight into the plant as a whole. Now, so it's legally available. What are some of the uses? I know you mentioned depression and it's used for things like that, but I know that the plant itself has vast benefits. Can you talk to us a little bit about why investors should be paying attention, not only to the psychedelic space, but to peyote cactus as a whole?
Yeah, definitely. So, as I mentioned previously, peyote is a traditional psychedelic medicine, and it is well known for its healing properties, especially concerning mental health or substance abuse issues. But truly, the scientific research in this area is lacking. And so one of our missions at Lophos is to increase the research around this special cactus and into its main psychedelic component, which is mescaline. To date, there's been very little clinical research performed around peyote or mescaline, and most of the focus has been applied to tryptamines, such as psilocybin or LSD, and even to other phenylethylamines, such as MDMA. Fantastic news about MDMA recently. So MDMA and mescaline, they share a lot of the same pharmacological properties. And so we really believe that with the success we're seeing of MDMA in clinical trials, that mescaline may share some of that same potential. And so we're really excited to be able to further the research in this area.
Claire, I want to talk a little bit about your background. How did you get into this space?
Well, like I mentioned before, I studied cell and molecular biology and industrial biotechnology. I worked in pharmaceutical manufacturing, and I'm actually from Georgia. I worked in California. So, but when I met my husband and I moved to Canada, it was around the same time that cannabis was being legalized. And so I saw an opportunity there to apply my regulatory knowledge in helping cannabis companies kind of meet that barrier of regulatory compliance. And from that, I founded a consulting company in the cannabis space called Cannalytica, and we saw great success there. And that's really, how Lophos came to be. It's just kind of the culmination of all of that background. It just, this was the organic path to take.
I want to talk a little bit about, your team as well, because it's a very important part of the success of any company. Talk to our audience about some of your key team members that you've brought on board.
Yeah, we're still growing as a team, and I'm excited to announce, our hires as we move along. I will definitely be providing updates, but our core group is very experienced. I mentioned my background. We also have a team that is rich in, regulatory compliance, not only in pharmaceutical industries, but also its applications in other industries like the food and beverage or cannabis. And then we also have experienced advisors that are professors with the University of Ottawa and professors at Western New Mexico University. We also are very blessed to have an advisor that is from Germany and is experienced pharmacist. And so, our team it's very rich and in kind of the backgrounds needed to be successful here. And I'm excited to grow our team. I'm getting applications every day to kind of join the Lophos team. So definitely stay tuned as we add more.
Great. Now, I want to talk a little bit about, that this being legally available in Canada. Do you have any competition in this space? And how do you and your team differentiate from some of the peers that might be in this space?
Yeah. Lophos currently, we're pre-revenue, but we're about to be the first psychedelic company to make regular sales of psychedelic products in Canada. No one is really doing this, and it truly differentiates us from others in the sector, I believe. Lophos is the largest producer of mescaline-based products in Canada, and we believe the world. And so right now we're currently planning to release a waiting list for a limited amount of peyote that will be available in early 2024. So we definitely want to encourage those that would be interested to pay attention to our website for updates on that. And then as well as now that our facility is licensed, we plan to ramp up our peyote inventories from an expected 1,000 in 2024 to a facility max capacity of 180,000 over the next few years. And so in the next few months, we'll be releasing regular updates on our progress, on the progress of the installation of our lab, as well as regular updates into our research around peyote and its indoor growth cycles. So I definitely encourage everyone to kind of stay tuned. But in short, I think that, there's many channels that differentiate us in this industry.
You know what? Those are some great milestones to look out for from you and your team as you move forward in this space. Where can our viewers go to find more information, educate themselves on the plant, and read more about your team? And of course, sign up for press releases so they can keep up to date.
Definitely. So our website is lophos.com, and our socials, please follow us on Twitter. It's at Lophos Pharma. And you can also follow me on LinkedIn. I'm pretty active there.
Wonderful. To everybody watching, you've been listening to Claire Stawnyczy. She is the CEO of Lophos Holdings. Claire, I appreciate you taking the time to not only educate myself a little bit on the plant and its vast uses, but our audience as well.
I'm so grateful for the opportunity. Thank you.
We look forward to hosting you on again as you move forward with some more news. Again, thank you very much for your time and welcome to the CSE.
Thank you. Glad to be here.